Hi everyone, I'm Hayley. I'm always in the craft room and I wondered if you'd like to hang out with me today and sew. I'm in a chatty mood, we've got a few things to do. Do you want to join me and see what we get up to? So if you've been around here a while, you've heard me talk about the naughty box, where I put projects when they've annoyed me, and I wonder how many of you thought the naughty box was metaphorical. It is not. Would you like to see the naughty box? Oh, it is teeming with unfinished projects. Sorry about the bang. Right, let's dig through and see. I think this should be the first thing we tackle. So I'm one of those sewers who likes to have a few projects on at once, because if I start something and then I get confused or stuck, or I don't understand the instructions, or it's just annoying me, if I power through and just make myself do it, I get so annoyed and I just lose the will to do a good job and just done. And then I'm always disappointed with it. So it's better with me if once something starts annoying me, I just put it to one side a while and do something else. And then the time usually comes around where I want to work on it again. So the naughty box is full of such projects. We also just have a few things that are just unfinished. So I thought we could sit together and catch up while I do all those niggly jobs and just not get the craft room back in order, because look at this place. Pretty tidy now, but just get on top of everything. I'm starting to feel a bit overwhelmed by all these unfinished bits and bobs everywhere. And the first one we're doing is hemming a night dress. If you've been watching my Friday sews, you've heard all about these. They're a McCall's pattern where should we spin you around? Is that better? It's a McCall's pattern it's quite an old one. I'll put the picture up so you guys, do you think it would help if I plugged the iron in? Do you think that would maybe improve my pressing a little? Honestly, I literally stood up and turned that plug socket on without noticing there was no plug in it. I intended for this to just be like a sewing channel, but it's just accidentally turned into a comedy of errors. Anyway, this is a McCall's pattern. I will put the pattern number up, and I initially made it as a top. It was a dress pattern, but I don't know why. I just wanted to make it as a top. Went past Hayley, traced that pattern out. Did she take the extra 10 seconds to trace out the skirt portion of the dress? No, she did not. I stopped it at hip height. And when I came to cut these out and realised I'd only got the top portion of the pattern, I just thought, you know what, I'm not unfolding a pattern tissue sheet to look for that. I'm just going to wing it. It's a night dress. It's a knit fabric. Seriously, it will be fine. Anyway, I laid them out on the fabric, looked at the full width of the fabric, just joined the dots back to the kind of hip line. And you know what? I've tried them on. It's fine. It's only a nightie. It works. But yeah, I should just trace out the whole thing, because me and Big Four pattern tissues, we do not get on. Is there somewhere in a Big Four pattern where it tells you what pattern sheet which pattern piece is on? Do you know what I mean? You know when you have one of the excellent value ones where it's 5 views? I never understood when it's 5 views, when it's a jacket, a pair of trousers, a shell top, a skirt. I'm like, they're not views. that's like 5 separate patterns in one envelope. But if you say only want to make the shell top of that pattern, how do you know which sheet it's on? Or do you just like me have to literally unfold every single one, which is hard because they want to tear. There's a fly buzzing around of you. Can you hear it? Oh dear. I might have to go chase him off, because even if you can't hear him because I'm wearing a mic, I can hear him. And it's most annoying. Hang on, we'll try and get him out this door. Come on, little flag. Whew. Expert. Right, he's gone. And I've shut the curtains because the light is quite bright and intense on this beautiful English summer's day. So yeah, even just getting the pattern tissue out, I normally rip it. But refolding it and getting it back into the envelope, and I am one of those people, I can't not put it in the envelope. Whew, that would be like sacrilege. Okay, we've pressed up the hem. I'm going to clip it. There we go. So they're ready to be cover stitched. But you know what we have to establish now? What? I'd already turned the iron off, hadn't I? I wonder why that wasn't pressing so well. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's good enough. Honestly. The cover stitch is threaded white, so have we got anything else in the naughty box that needs a white cover stitch? So this top you've seen ages ago. I have been wearing it for actual weeks unhemmed, just tucked in. What do you think? Navy? A navy cover stitch or white? Also, this hem doesn't line up because clearly I was bodging this as well. Let's trim off this wonky hem and think about what colour we want to cover stitch it. So it's like, it is a white base of fabric with navy stripes. The neckband, I've done a contrast navy, which I'm like seriously in love with. I think that looks so good. And I did stitch that down. I top stitched that in navy. So I feel like if we're like, I'm gonna switch the iron on this time. If we're going for full marks, then I should cover stitch in navy. And the reason I wasn't hemming this was because I was hemming and hawing about the length. And I'm just done with the indecision. I'm doing about a 2.5 centimetre or a 1 inch hem. But since this is actually outerwear, I'm going to be an overachiever and use a ruler. I have been wearing this top tucked in to my navy linen trousers. Am I ever going to shut up about those? But I was so pleased with them, I probably never will. But I've been wearing it tucked in every single time. And if you saw the video where I finished these knit tops, you might remember I made a pale blue and white one as well with white binding. And that one I did hem quite cropped, and I love wearing it out more than I love wearing this one in. So I was like, get it hemmed, because yeah, I've been really, really loving these tank tops. They are loosely based, and I will say loosely, on the George's Portfolio Mellow Dress pattern, which is a bias cut shift dress. And I kind of just bodged it from that. I'll link to the video below in case you're interested in all the details. Okay, that one is done. What colour do we have in everything? I think white is fine because it's through a lot of white, isn't it? We're going white. When I say the sewing room is tidy, I mean like for me. Obviously, there's still like spare machines on the floor and machine cases that I never know where to put them. Where do you put them while you sew? I'm serious. Answers in the comments below. If you have a hard case, what do you do with it while you are sewing? That's why that one's loose. We've only got one needle threaded. So normally I have a little magnet on the side of my machine. You won't be able to see it from there. Maybe I'll put a picture in. I have a little magnet where I put my spare needle while I'm in one needle mode. And now I'm worried that in jiggling this machine about, that machine needle has just fallen on the floor somewhere. Yikes. I'm going to investigate. I will be back. You know what I'm going to take with me? My telescoping magnet. Because this is great for picking up pins that you can't even see. Ta-da! I think my husband got this in like a joke tool set for Christmas or something. But it's actually really good because it picks up pins. Right, I'm going metal detecting. I'm back and I did not find the machine needle. I did find a hair clip. Oh. So this is a problem for two reasons. Firstly, somewhere in this craft room, there is a loose machine needle. The second problem is, like, I don't actually know what kind of needle that machine takes. Not that I never change my machine needles, but clearly I never change my machine needles. I don't use this machine that much. On my main machine, I actually do at the end of a big project, put a new needle in, or at the start of a new one. I'm constantly changing the needle between like a denim needle and a 90 for a cotton project and like a 60 for a rayon project. And I'm constantly changing the needle. But this cover stitch machine, I just hem each project. So I feel like 20, 30 projects can go by before it needs a new needle. So I've just taken out the old one. What does it say? Just wanted to hem a top. Now I'm going to have to get my machine manual out. And like, ugh. Okay, 2 times 8012 Schmetz EL X705. 8012. So I'm going to replace the... Should I do both since clearly I've not done it in a while? Let's do both. I'm trying to see where I keep all my old machine needles. It's an old spice pot. Just so I don't get stabbed because, you know, I can literally stab myself on anything. Right. Oh, drama. Right. You know what? If we're like basically rethreading the machine from scratch with the new needles, should we just put navy in it? Oh, could I overthink this anymore? No, we're doing white because the interior of the garment is white and therefore the looper will look better in white on a cover stitched top. Agreed? Everybody agree? That's what we're doing. Right. There's one needle. Where do you think this other needle is? Oh, you guys, I'm not going to be able to relax walking barefoot around the craft room, knowing there is a needle on the loose. So in case you missed all that drama, why do I never put my phone on Do Not Disturb? Why? Also, I couldn't work out why my cover stitch wasn't working. The answer was I'd plugged it in at the plug, but I hadn't plugged the plug into the machine. So, let there be light. Ah, beautiful. Right, I'm going to sew now. I'll shush. I'm just looking for a yarn needle, which is also normally on these magnets on my machine. Oh my God, you guys, it's all coming back to me. It's all coming back to me. Where's my cup of coffee? I'm just so scatterbrained. When my husband said he was going to move my machines, I was like, oh, there's needles on all the magnets. Don't drop them over the whole place. I'll take them off and put them somewhere safe. But where was that? Anyone know? They're all together, wherever they are. My 2 yarn needles, my spare cover stitch needle, they're all together in a safe place where they won't stab anyone. And I've literally just spent like 10 minutes sweeping the floor with an actual magnet, looking for a missing needle that is not missing. I mean, what are we going to do with me? Right. The white looks fine, right? Tell me if any of your like eyes are twitching at the fact that I did that in white when I've top stitched it in blue. I think it looks great. Oh, threads everywhere. Ah, dead pleased to have that done. Right. Now I guess we're back on the 90s. Let's put these instruction books away for next time. I forget I took my own needle out, think I've lost it and have to replace it. Can I lift this? Oh, maybe. Let's get this out the way and shovel the machines up. Second hem done. Right, I feel like we're making some good progress. Now, my sewing machine, which I need for this to do the neckband, is threaded in navy, and I have actually got a couple of navy jobs to do. And also, the overlock is threaded in navy. And one of the annoying jobs is a dress I made actual months and months ago. Just a big, comfy, cozy sweater dress. And these cuffs I added as like a contrast cuff, which I think looks really nice, but I wasn't sure if I liked them until I'd worn them a bit, so I never overlocked them on. Let's get these through the overlocker, and then we're going to feel so accomplished. None of these machines are plugged in. Oh, hang on. Of course it's plugged in. The light is on. So it's the foot pedal I'm looking for. Oh my goodness. What is it with me and electricity? I can't work the iron. I can't plug machines in. Right, let's get this through the overlocker. That was not the easiest for my machine, I've got to say. That was a lot of layers of very chunky sweater knit. Glad that is done. Let's just sew in the thread tails. Another project off the list. Now, while we're on the navy, I'm going to go get a project you've all helped me with and tell you all about it. Wait there. So I mentioned in one of my holiday sewing videos about my Dominique jumpsuit and how I basically have accidentally ruined the fabric by getting apparently permanent creases in the fabric during the pre-wash. Can you see? Ooh. Anyway, some of my amazing commenters came up with the best ideas, so maybe, just maybe, I can save this. Thank you so much if you are one of those people. So what I'm going to do, per the comment suggestions, is overlock around every edge so that I can put it back in the sewing machine. I'm going to put it on a super delicate hand wash setting, and then I'm going to iron it whilst damp, see if that works. If it doesn't, I'm going to drench it in the crease release spray, because I've read the instructions and it says to do it on a dry garment. So what do you think? Fingers crossed we can save this. I'm now going to whiz this all the way around the overlocker. Just wondering about this pocket. And my question to myself is, can I overlock along this edge, securing the pocket along the top, or will that be problematic? No, I think that will be fine because that's the waist seam. Okay, new question. How do I get this through the wash and know which is the right and the wrong side? Because I normally mark it with tape, but I can't put this in the wash with tape on. You know what? On that piece, oh my God. Oh my God. On that piece is pretty obvious because of the pockets, but look what I've just done. How did I even do that? I turned it. I see what I did. I see what I did. Oh my God. We'd better unpick that. I was going to say, I swear I'm not normally this incompetent, but I think maybe I usually am exactly this incompetent. The pocket is free. Let's just whiz down there again to be sure it doesn't unravel. Also, have any of my regular viewers noticed that I cannot mention overlocking something without using the word whiz? I'll just whiz it through the overlocker. I just whizzed it through the overlocker. Why can't I just say I overlocked it? So strange. One of those things I never noticed until I was watching myself back editing YouTube videos. Right, this one should be nice and easy. I've just had a thought. I really hope this works, because if not, I've wasted all the fabric and all the time I put into cutting out, constructing it so far, and all the time I'm putting into this overlocking. So why don't we try it with 2 pieces and see if it's salvageable? There's no point overlocking every single piece, because this is the back of the garment. If I can't get those creases out, I'm not going ahead with making it up. So let's wash these 2 where it's obvious which is the right and the wrong side. If I can get them out, then we can worry about like this trouser leg, where I'm going to have the issue of how do I know which is the right and the wrong side. I mean, maybe it's more obvious than I think, actually, looking at this. I've done it before where it looked like the same fabric on both sides. It looked the same on both sides. And then when I made it up, I was like, no. Clearly, one of those arms is inside out. Yeah, I think that's a better plan. Let's wash those. And for the time being, put all these back in the naughty box. Okay, we're done with the jumpsuit for now. What I'm going to do, since I've got the hem done, is do the neckline elastic on the 90s. Do you love how I'm just like flitting from one thing to another? I don't know if that makes it more captivating or annoying. Let me know in the comments, because this is a new style of video for me. So tell me whether you like it or whether it's just lame watching me dither about and fail to plug things in, etc. Do I want the little lacy eyelashes out or in? I think this scalloped but straighter edge on the garment, this eyelashy bit overhanging. Yeah, and we're just going to do a crossover V. I'm literally laying it flat on there. I'm going to go all the way around, cross it over, stitch it down, done. And I've started at the wrong end, haven't I? Because I need to put it through the machine. Ugh, honestly. Actually, good time to check. Is there a right and a wrong side with the lace? I would say like very small difference, but yes, and we need to use the other end. Neckline number 1 done. I think that looks pretty cute actually. Let's do number 2. Neckline number 2 done. I'll show you the back on this one, but it's fairly self-explanatory. I literally just top stitched it on with a zigzag, and I'm really liking how that looks. But I think that is decision made for me because that uses a lot more lace than I thought it would. So would we get the armholes out of it? Anyway, we wouldn't get 4 armholes out of it, no way. So let's cover stitch some arms. First we need to press them. This tailor's ham, let's have a chat while we press. This tailor's ham I made. It's a free pattern from Victory Patterns. I don't know if it's still available, but I certainly got it for free. And I made it myself and stuffed it with jersey scraps that I chopped up really, really, really small, because I tried just stuffing it with jersey scraps and found that it was really lumpy. So I sat there one evening in front of the telly and chopped them all up with scissors, just my sewing scissors, into like, not wisps, but tiny, tiny strips, and stuffed it with them, and it has been invaluable. I love my little tailor's ham. I was going to stuff it with sawdust, which is what I see often, and you know, I'm always in the craft room, my husband is always in the garage, so we're not short of sawdust scraps around here. But I asked him to get me some, and when he swept them up, it was just like, it was garage floor sawdust, you know what I mean? I was like, I don't want that in my sewing room. No. So I thought jersey scraps would be better. And as I say, I've been really pleased with it, and it presses well. I mean, even better when you turn the iron off, which I have done this time. But you know, most of the things you read say like it needs to be wool so it absorbs the steam and reflects the heat back and stuff. And I think you all know I'm just winging it, and I was like, oh, I don't have any wool, because wool makes me itch, surprise, surprise. So I just made it out of crafting cotton, and it's been very useful. Right, let's try one of these and see how we go. There we go, both armhole edges finished off. Yay, we have a completed nightdress. Very pleased that is done. That said, I don't think I have time to do that one. I think I'm going to have to leave it there. That's all the sewing I can squeeze in today. I hope you've enjoyed spending the day with me, hanging about in the craft room. Let me know if you like this type of vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, even if you didn't, it made you laugh. And I hope to see you again very soon. Bye. Why is it doing that? Hey Siri, turn on Do Not Disturb. Sorry.